Hey you guys, I hope you're having a good day. Today I'm actually playing around and doing a look with this palette. I've kind of had this for a while, but I haven't gotten into it yet. This is the Morphe and Lisa Frank 35B palette. First of all, I was obsessed with Lisa Frank when I was in elementary school because we had a little school store where you could go and buy like pencils and notebooks and folders and stuff like that for like, I think like a folder was like 50 cents. Like stuff was crazy cheap back then. But I love Lisa Frank and like half of my stuff was Lisa Frank. In fact, I'm pretty sure that in the box full of stuff from like my childhood, I had a sticker book that was like full of Lisa Frank stickers. But anyway, this palette is super cute. It's very, very bright. These colors, however, are fairly unique. Here's what it looks like. Isn't that cute? Has a little heart-shaped mirror. Now, some of these colors you might have in other palettes, but I know certain ones of these, like Balloon Buddies and Dancing Dolphins, and even Panda Painter are pretty unique shades that you might not have, especially if you stick more towards neutrals. So this isn't like a full review of the palette or anything, mostly because it's been out for a while, pretty much like everyone who wants it already has it, but I kind of wanted to play around with the colors a bit today. So I already have the majority of my makeup done, and I do have some concealer on my lids right now. Anyway, I'm using my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer because the concealer creased a little bit, and I just want a bit more sticking power just because these are very, very bright shades. Now, like usual, I do not have a plan for what I'm doing on my eyes today, but I am leaning towards green. One thing I don't like about this palette is it doesn't like bend backwards, so it's, unless you're using like the mirror in the palette, it's kind of difficult to fit like on your workspace. Like if you're doing this in a small bathroom, it would be difficult to work with. I'm going to, like always, grab my big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M330. And I'm dipping into this shade right here. This is Princess Pearls, and it's a very neutral, like bone colored shade. And I'm popping this under my brows and all the way down just to set that primer. And with the greens today, I'm not sure, it's been so long since I've done anything like super dramatic with my eyes. There's a hair there. Why? Why, Morphe? Thank you. Okay. The greens in here and the blues are beautiful. So I think we're going to start by going into Balloon Buddies. It's a beautiful peachy shade, because greens and peaches tend to pair well together. So I'm taking that on a Morphe M506, tapping that off a bit. We're just going to kind of start building our shape with this. I'm building more of an exaggerated wing shape. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, that's a really nice peach, you guys. I just washed my brushes, so they're going to shed like crazy. But that peach is beautiful. I'm just going to do the same on the other side. A lot of times in tutorials, we only show you like one eye. Sometimes it's actually easier to do both eyes at the same time. But that way you can make sure that things are more even. So I'm just taking this nice and high on both sides, but making sure it's well blended. Okay, now I want to go in with the greens. I'm so excited about these. First, I'm going in with this super, super dark green tealy shade. This is called Saturn Sunday. This one, it's beautiful. Going to start this right on that outer corner. And I'm just slowly building up the color. Okay, and then I'm going to start pulling it without adding any extra to my brush. Just start pulling it towards the inside of my eye. That way you have that nice concentrated color at the corner, and it just fades into your eye and blends into that peach. So, so pretty. Like, I love that. These are blending really, really well. Just going to add a bit more to keep that color at the corner nice and sharp, and make sure that blend is even all the way across. Okay, and you can still see the peach all the way around it. And we're going to do the same on the other side. I'm really loving the teal, so I'm going to grab this little flat Sonia Kashuk brush, and we're going in with this shade. This is Miss Galaxy, and it's another teal. It's just slightly lighter and slightly more blue. And I'm going to pat that on the center of my lid. We're going to just work that into the darker teal we used on the outer corner. And you don't want to take it in too much farther than the edge of your iris. So I'm seeing this dark green just looks a little bit patchy, so I'm going to flip this brush and use the other side and grab a bit more of Saturn Sunday on this brush, because this is a good packing brush, and just make sure that color is really well concentrated and you can't see my skin underneath right in that outer corner. There, that's really pretty. So next I'm going to go in with a super, super, super bright green. This is Peekaboo, and this is like a full-on lime green. You can tone it down if lime green is a bit much for you, but most lime greens actually look not quite as crazy as you would think they would look. So I'm just using a teensy brush because I like using super small brushes in my inner corner. I'm taking that on the air lid, and I'm taking it right like under this skin right here, like where you would highlight but slightly above, and then working it into that highlight area. So that whole inner corner is just that really pretty bright green. Just taking that just a tiny bit under that tear duct. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay, and that really stands out. And then if you want to add a punch and brighten it up even more, you can grab this yellow. This is Casey and Camus right here. And just layer that on the exact same brush. And just put that right where you would highlight. And it just adds a tiny bit more pop to that area. Do I want to do anything underneath the eyes or leave this as is? Let's take that peach underneath the eyes. You could take the green, it's up to you, but I think I'm going back in with Balloon Buddies on my little flat elf brush. Oh, and I will say I did this with full foundation, and I have like no fallout, maybe a tiny bit of the dark green, but nothing that would like completely trash your makeup. So I'm just popping this peach under here, and I'm really dragging it down and fading it out, just so it's a nice soft color and it kind of meets up and blends into that outer peach, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're pretty much done with the shadows at this point. There is like a champagne highlight in here called Rory, but I really actually prefer the matte and then the green I've got going on, so we're going to leave that there. I really like this palette. I'm actually surprised. I did not think I would like it that much. I thought it looked a little almost too cartoony, but actually has some decent blending colors in there. It's got a black, a white. It could use like a medium matte brown, I think would be beautiful in this palette. If I would change one thing, it would be to add like a medium matte brown, kind of like a shade you'd see in like the chocolate bar palette, just to make it more like everyday wearable. Though for me, this is kind of like everyday wearable, but I really love the way the shadows blend. They work beautifully. They're very classic Morphe shadows in the formulation and how they work, which I love. That's why I tend to, like, ever since I bought my first Morphe palette, I'm always looking at their releases because I love the way the shadows look and the way they perform. You're buying a very reasonably priced palette, but you're getting the same performance you would out of a $50, $60, $70 palette, which is incredible to me. I mean, these really work beautifully. So we're going to finish this look up real quick. I am going to curl my lashes. If I can find my lash curler. I'm all over the place. You guys should see my desk right now. I just went through my entire closet in my office and decluttered the whole thing, but for some reason I can't keep my desk clean. So I'm going to carefully curl my lashes so we don't disturb this at all. Now, if you want, you can do heavy eyeliner with this. It would look really cool. I do not have a lot of lid space, so I typically reserve a heavier eyeliner for when I'm doing a neutral eye look. If I'm doing something more colorful or more complex, I'll typically skip the heavy liner. That way you can actually see the makeup. So I'm using my Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in Perversion. And I am just tightlining my upper lid just to give my eye a little bit more definition. And I really push that pencil in at the end so it kind of gives you like this little baby wing. It's a really, really easy way to make your eyes stand out more without having to do like full eyeliner that covers a lot of the makeup. So I've loved doing this lately. Now that I've finally found a pencil that it will work with my eyes. And for mascara today, I am using my Maybelline Rocket Volume Express. You of course can wear falsies with this look. I think false lashes would look gorgeous with this look. But I am just going with mascara today because honestly, I already went out, I did grocery shopping, and I'm not going anywhere for the rest of the day. So yeah, unless I'm like doing a lot of photos or I'm going out somewhere, I usually don't put false lashes on because my natural lashes are really, really long, thankfully, and decently thick, so I don't necessarily need to wear false lashes for that extra impact. My skin is so dry, you guys. I started having a reaction to some of my skincare products, so I really had to like pare it back. I think I was using too many actives because my face was getting a little burny and a little irritated. Hold on, the cat wants out. Yes, I hear you. There's your freedom, miss. Hold on. I know. Go. You're welcome. Okay, there we go. Eyes are done. I think this look turned out really pretty. I actually like it a lot. I haven't been wearing lots of blue and green lately because I've been going very basic. Like, I haven't felt like doing bright, super happy colors, but I love the way this looks. Green eyeshadow was actually like, I know some people are terrified of it, but it was like my go-to in college. So I think this is just beautiful. It's really pretty. It blends beautifully. I hope that you guys like the look. Let me know if you've tried this palette before and what you think of it. I think it's excellent, especially if you don't have a Brights palette already in your collection. I have a ton of Brights palettes, so for me this wasn't a necessary thing, but it has a nice mix of mattes and shimmers. It's got a ton of pinks and peaches and reds, and that has an equal amount of cool tones, which is really, really nice. It pretty much covers like the entire reach of colors. I just wish they had like made this shade a little bit lighter. Like Hollywood Bear, it's this really pretty metallic brown. Had they made that like 2 or 3 shades lighter and made it more of a chocolatey color, and then made it matte, I think this palette would be like beautifully well-rounded. But I would definitely recommend this if you don't have a colorful palette and you're looking for one. It's really pretty. It was reasonably priced. It's actually sold out on Morphe's website right now. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing it on Ulta's website. The only place I'm seeing it is like eBay. Okay, so I don't think you can get this right now, unfortunately. I'm not sure whether it was limited edition or it's going to be coming back. If it's not coming back, I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully, I know Morphe tends to re-release stuff sometimes, so hopefully they will do a re-release of it. I believe it was around $30 roughly, I think. Usually a palette this size from Morphe is around $30. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there are any other palettes you want me to try out, please let me know. I am looking again for new makeup to test out and try, so anything you guys want to see me play with or test out, please, please, please let me know. And you can also let me know whether you want like a full detailed review, whether you want a try on, whatever, just let me know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post every Wednesday and Sunday. You guys can also keep up with me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so, so much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.